never want as long as you live.
Really said,
And stick around.
don't go nowhere. We got
Major Al Parisi's going to come up here to introduce Bob Hope and the three little sisters who are going to do some
They
Andrew.
sing in the style of the Andrew sisters.
They are amazing.
They're
You're
good,
going to love them,
too.
so don't go anywhere. They'll be up in just a couple of seconds, all right? And thank you again.
Come on up, Major Al Parisi.
Thank you, Abbott and Costello. Let me tell you something about Abbott and Costello. Most importantly, whenever a movie premieres, a world premiere for an Abbott and Costello movie, all the money raised that particular day goes to the Boys and Girls Club in Paterson, New Jersey, which is where Lou is from. And let's give a special hand to Bubba Lou. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Major Parisi. I'm the commanding officer of the 17th Bombardment Group. You know, we've been overseas for about 3 years now, some of us even longer. And what we miss most about home is family. All the family that we left behind. And if it wasn't for Bud and Lou, if it wasn't for special USO tours, we wouldn't have that taste of home. You know, letters are far and few between, especially when you're overseas. But special people like that make it all worthwhile. I'm going to introduce somebody who doesn't need any kind of introduction. And whether it's the road to Rio, the road to Morocco, or the road to Reading, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hope.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the memories. And how about Abbott and Costello? Weren't they fantastic, everybody? Yes, give them a big round of applause. Abbott and Costello. I hear they make some motion pictures in Hollywood. That's what I heard. So thank you all very, very much. But we're really proud to be here at WRDG at Reading Field this afternoon. And my name is Bob. That wasn't my case of Coca-Cola that fell out of the Bombay Hope. And we're going to have a great little show for you tonight. Some singing and some dancing, and it's going to be a really fabulous show. So thank you all for sticking around. I'm really happy to be part of this Armed Forces program this afternoon because the military means a lot to my family. In fact, my aunt married a second lieutenant. That was after the first one ran away. And my uncle was a brigadier general. No, I got that wrong. He was generally in the brig. And he shared a cell with my nephew. You know who my nephew is, right, sir? Corporal Punishment. Yes, that's his name. Oh, what a crowd, what a crowd. Passed by the post chapel last week, and there was a cow standing on the front lawn of the post chapel. I thought to myself, holy cow. Driving back from the post chapel late at night, the Jeep broke down in the middle of the night on the road. I reached into my flight bag for a flashlight. You all know what a flashlight is, right? A metal tubular container for storing dead batteries. The other day, all the toilets were stolen at the Officers Club. Every single toilet stolen from the Officers Club. Yes, sir. They've been investigating now for a couple of days, but they still have nothing to go on. So two hillbillies from Tennessee right after Pearl Harbor had a little streak of patriotism. They decided they were going to enlist in the Air Force. So they went to Memphis to the Air Force recruitment office, and the first brother goes up to the recruitment officer and says, "Sir, I would like to join the Air Force." Officer says, "Well, is there anything, young man, you can do to help us in the Air Force?" First brother said, "Absolutely, I'm a pilot." Officer said, "That's great. Fill out this form, step off to the side, we'll be with you in a minute." Second brother steps up to the officer and says, "Sir, I'd like to join the Air Force." Officer says, "Well, son, is there anything that you can help us with in the Air Force?" Second brother says, "Yes, sir, I'm a wood chopper." Officer says, "A wood chopper? Well, we have no need for wood choppers in the Air Force. You might want to try the infantry right down the hall." The young man says, "But sir, you took my brother." Officer says, "Yes, but your brother's a pilot." Second brother says, "With all due respect, sir, I have to chop it before he can pilot." Alright, so the gunnery sergeant was out with his girl over a nice dinner, and all he did was go on and on and on about his platoon. How well his platoon marched, how well his platoon fired their guns, they did everything perfect, perfect, perfect. On and on and on about his platoon. So his girl says, you know, if I didn't know for sure, I would think that you love your platoon more than you love me. And he replied, well, I do, honey, but it's strictly platonic. I like that one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So as I'm leaving New York City, visited the Empire State Building, but I had to take the elevator to the observation deck because the stairs were stuck between floors. And I gotta tell you that the War Department warned me about telling any political jokes, but the way that I see it, the problem with political jokes is sometimes they get elected. And I gotta tell you, I used to be really indecisive before I joined this USO tour, but now I'm not so sure. Major Parisi handed me this club before I stepped on stage. That, of course, makes it an officer's club. And I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I used to play a lot of golf. I used to play a lot of golf with Bing Crosby. A lot of golf with Bing Crosby, but not anymore. No, 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 not anymore. I mean, after all, would you play with a fellow who, when no one was looking, picks up his ball and tosses it closer to the hole? Of course not. And neither will Bing. Well, all seriousness aside, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring a couple of lovely ladies to the stage right now. Would you please welcome Alyssa, Alda, and Lily. And they've been performing with me on our most recent USO tour. We've been all around the country, visiting a lot of airfields, visiting a lot of camps, entertaining the troops. And about 2 months ago or so, we were in Hollywood, and it was the first time that the girls had ever been to Hollywood. So girls, tell me, what did you think of Hollywood?
Well, we were looking forward to meeting a really big star.
A really big star? Well, you sure were lucky you ran into me.
Why? Do you know any? Could you introduce us to someone like Frank Sinatra,
Joe Torre,
Bing Crosby?
Frank Sinatra, Joe Torre, and Bing Crosby. Golly gee, girls. But I gotta tell you, I did a lot of road pictures with Bing Crosby, and what would those road pictures be without me?
Great.
swell, Academy Award winning.
Oh, isn't that swell? Academy Award winning. Shot to the heart. Thank you, girls. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you didn't come here today to hear these lovely voices banter back and forth with me. I'm sure you're here to hear these lovely voices sing you some songs. What do you say? How about it? How about it? So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure on the WRDG stage here at Reading Field to introduce to you three little sisters.
Three little sisters, and each one only in her teens. One loved a soldier, one loved a sailor, and one loved to laugh from the Marines. Three little sisters, they were the fairest from Iceland to the Philippines. You can tell it to the soldier, tell it to the sailor, and tell it to the Marines. And when the boys marched away, girls said they'd be true until the boys came back someday. Now the three little sisters, stay home and read their magazines. You can tell it to the soldier, tell it to the sailor, and tell it to the Marines. Ra-ta-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra, ra-ta-ra-ra-ra-ra. you call and all you needed was fun. You can see the wonders that this evening has done. Your feet were so heavy till they hardly could move. Now the light is feathers and you're right in the groove. You were only hungry for some musical food. You're positively, absolutely in the mood. Sister, what you calling on indebted to you. It all goes to show what good influence can do. Never felt so happy and so fully alive. Seems a jam and jumping is a powerful jive. This girl is giving me a new attitude. My heart's full of rhythm and I'm in the mood. In the mood. I see it 'cause I got it. In the mood. And your emotions falling. In the mood. Be alive and get the job. You got to learn how. Pat, pat, pat. Your head like a heifer full of pat, pat, pat. And your heart as a pepper when you tap, tap, tap. Step, step like a step. We're hugging. And now we're hugging. 'Cause we're in the mood.
Swing dancers out there.
I'm sure of my love. I'm sure of father. And now I wanna be sure, very sure of you. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Or anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home. I just got word from the guy who heard from the guy next door to me. The girl he met just loves to pet, and if it's you to a T. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. With anyone else but her.
No, 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 not a single soul but me. No, 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 don't you sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Not till you see me. Not till you see me marching home.
Home, 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 sweet home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane
With anyone else but me.
with anyone else but her.
No, 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 not a single soul but me. No, 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 don't you walk down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Not till you see me. Not till you see me marching home.
Home, 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 sweet home. Just wait till I come marching home. So don't go walking down Lover's Lane, no, walking down Lover's Lane till you see me. When you see me marching home, then we'll go arm in arm and sit down under the apple tree. Baby, just you and me. When I come marching home.
So a number of us were here yesterday, and as anyone who was here yesterday would know, it was very, very hot out. Today it's not as bad, thankfully, but it's still important to stay hydrated. So, Bob, are there any drinks backstage?
They have the sweet
the young girls all going mad. Young girls say they treat them nice, make Trinidad like paradise. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola, go down Point Puma. Both mother and daughter working for the Yankee dollar. Tickets to carry to Mona's out. Native girls all dance and smile. Help soldiers celebrate his leave. Make every day like New Year's Eve. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola. Go down Point Puma. Both mother and daughter working for the Yankee dollar. Oh, Trinidad, I also fear the situation is mighty queer. Like the Yankee girl, the native swoon. When she hear the bingo croon, drinking rum and Coca-Cola. Go down Point Puma. Both mother and daughter working for the Yankee dollar. Out on Manzanella Beach, GI romance with native beach. All night long they chopping love. Next day sit in hot sun and cool off. Drinking rum and Coca-Cola. Go down Point Puma. Both mother and daughter working for the Yankee dollar. Rum and Coca-Cola. Rum and Coca-Cola. Working for the Yankee dollar. There's a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone for the draft. He's in the army now, WRDG. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cat went out and drafted a band. Now the company jumps when he plays early. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, the attitude. He blows it into the bar. The boogie rhythm he can't blow it over unless the basic guitar is playing with him. He makes the company jump when he plays early. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was some boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Now when he played the boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a buzzy bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump into the bar. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Toot toot toot, the attitude, toot toot. He goes it into the bar. He can't blow a note if the bass and guitar is with him. And the company jumps when he plays heavily. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
applause for three little sisters. Lily, Alda, and Alyssa, and that was actually part of Alyssa's Gold Award Girl Scout project, so we're really proud to have her here on the WRDG stage here at Reading Field. I'd like to thank Tom and Jim for allowing us to have this opportunity here to perform. We have a couple more songs for you, so don't go away. We're going to call up the Army Air Forces Historical Association.